feel at a loss for words right now. I feel like I'm in shock. I feel this apprehension. I feel the approaching season of fall. I feel a sort of grief at the loss of summer. Like each day that there's sun could be the last. I'm also in awe at the way people have become. I've always had a bit of a challenge in relating to many people. My ability to adapt, to conform enough has increased over the years. But it seems like people have become stranger and stranger, more ungrounded from what used to be normal, what to me seems healthy. A kind of common knowledge or basic assumptions, basic agreements of what's real and what makes sense. Even though I often saw things in a different light, I still felt I could understand basically where most people were coming from. Whereas now it seems like the Twilight Zone. Now it seems like people are truly in their own little TV dramas. People are in very fragmented, separate realities. I feel this wall where people cannot be reached. It's like they don't want to be. They've become untethered from humanity, become disconnected from fundamental truths. My intuition says that this is true. But not to be too upset by it. That it's their choice, it's their path. That what is important is that I stay with mine. That I stay true to myself. Perhaps to others, it appears that I'm unreachable, that I've veered off into some strange ideology or trance-like state. Perhaps. But I don't think that I've lost my humanness, my connection with fundamental principles. I feel like I'm the only sane one in a world of madness. It feels very lonely. Feels like a scary movie that just won't end. However, my sense is that it's scarier for other people. It's so scary for them that they are disassociating. They're becoming more numb, more clueless. It feels heartbreaking. It saddens me. It feels like the end of the world. Sure, in this moment, everything seems fine. On the surface, at least. But in a way, that makes it almost worse. When I can feel this feeling, this apprehension, and yet there's no fire raining from the sky. I don't know what to do with myself. It seems like there's nothing to do. The trajectory of things is already set. Seems foolish to start anything. Just feels like a waiting game now. I used to want to find some location, some place where I'd be safe. But as I thought about it, I think as my inner guidance gently educated me, I realized it wasn't about a physical location. It's about a headspace. It's about an inner space to find. I think it's very important that we cultivate this inner space, this inner peace and inner sanctuary in this time. I think it's actually by design that we lose faith in the world. But we need to gain faith in something else. We need to replace the world with something else. And I think that's our spiritual faith. It's a faith that we put in ourselves. When I say ourselves, I don't mean our ego identity. I mean the self that we find in the silence, in the introspection. Excuse me. It's that time of day, and it's also the way I'm feeling. I just want to go to sleep and not think too much. My heart is heavy and I feel a sense of defeat. Part of me is scrambling for an escape. Some distraction. Some outlet. This feeling that I've learned to be wary of and put aside. But I think it's what other people are being motivated by. An energy that encourages them to be distracted. A kind of scrambling. I see this kind of frantic, scattered energy in people. It's like they feel what's coming, but they don't want to feel it. I don't think they consciously feel it. And yet, any suggestion and they'll either attack you or they'll immediately deflect. I think the only people that are really ready to face what's coming, what's here, and building, are those that have looked in to the darkness, looked in the face of terror, looked in the face of God already. Those that have already been on their knees, praying. Those that are proud and egotistical and unawakened. Are really in a bad state right now, I think. Without faith, life is going to get very, very difficult for them, I believe. I don't think what I'm talking about needs to come from religion. I think people can develop it through religion. But it doesn't require that. It can come from just facing that stillness and silence within, or that noise and that chaos within, just facing oneself, just looking deeply within, holding space for it, listening. And everybody needs some framework to get there. Without some training and encouragement, people probably aren't going to do that. They're not going to meditate. They're not going to look for that door. Some rare exceptions, I suppose, some people may find their way there. But I think it says something about the soul itself, its ripeness, its maturity. Yet even though I do believe in this concept of the harvest, I think still there's part of me that finds it hard to believe it will happen in my life. Yet, that's what I feel may be soon upon us. That's what it feels like. Where this world seems so like a ship without a rudder. There's nothing to believe in. There's no leadership in this world. It seems trustworthy. Or that can resolve the problems at hand. It seems like a perfect storm. Just right at the door. And I'd like to be a hero. I'd like to contribute, be of service, but I don't even know what I can do. It seems most people don't even want to be helped. I get all sorts of insight about how people could be helped. But they're resistant to it. They're not open enough. Everybody's closed down and defensive. I have love to give. I have nurturing and healing to give. And yet when I offer it, it's unwanted. I find this very frustrating and very sad. I know I have tremendous ability to help people. But they're too proud or too independent. Too threatened by the idea that they might need help. I'm not certain exactly. My intuition about them is that they're confused. They're mixed up. They're projecting onto me. They don't understand my motivations. They're not really intuitive enough to see the situation as it is. They've internalized a lot of weird stories. They don't trust other people. Even though I've been hurt by other people, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Historically, even when people have hurt me, and I've learned that at a certain point you need to draw the line. But I think we should always give people a chance first. It really hurts me when people misunderstand me, misunderstand my motivation. I've tried to figure it out. Sometimes I think it's because the way that I look too intense, or because I'm a man. Because I got pointy eyebrows and a mustache. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. As I say, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do about the world. I guess I know what to do with myself, and that is turn inward. Let go of the world. And as I recognize that, I feel the grief and the sadness. And I think that's because I don't fully understand what's happening. Maybe on the other side of it, I'll feel good about it all. But right now there's a sort of tearing. This is not a new feeling, this grief and sadness about the decay of the world has been with me a long time. It cuts me very deeply. I feel sad. As I've said before, when I see people littering, when I see people being treated badly, when I see people being callous and uncaring and irreverent, when I see people being superficial, I take it all personally. This is one of those moments where it's dry and barren and smells of death. Seems only creativity comes from arranging the bones. Looking for ways to go deeper into the pain. It's days like this that self-harm seems appealing. Just to really feel viscerally instead of what just seems like it could be imaginary. It's the feeling of being gaslit. Or even though I do feel it in my gut, feel it in my body. There's a bracing against it. It feels like the only thing to do is make it louder. So then it's really, really felt. Like if I could see blood flowing. It would be somehow affirming. It's too quiet. It's not really. There's a noise, a whine, buzzing. It's like one note on a church organ being played, just droning. And feeling at the end of an exhalation where it feels like there's no air left. There's a desperation to breathe in. you can't. There's an inability to break the spell. An inability to look away from the shocking. Not a shocking scene, just the shock. It's as if I've seen a horrible scene, but I don't remember what it was. And the world is divided into those who have seen the shocking scene and those who refuse to look at it. And those who refuse to look at it are in denial. They're so busy trying to put their fingers in their ears. They're doing everything they can to not see or hear. And I feel like those of us who are willing to look, it's like we're looking into the sun. And we have to face it for those who refuse to look. That we're taking on the burden of those who shirk their responsibility. It hurts my heart that some people can be such cowards. I try not to judge them, but I do. I think that's my greatest weakness, is that I do judge people. That I have this expectation that they be better than they are. At least their behavior be better. Their willingness, their humility, I don't know where this world is headed. And I'll be honest in saying that I feel fear about it. I'm not utterly terrified because I do have faith. I do feel that for myself, I have some resource of stability. But I'm afraid for other people. I've been wanting to tell people to wake up for decades now. What can I do if they won't listen? All I can do is what I can do, and that is to be a lighthouse, to hold true to my guns, to my energy, to stay connected within, and do my best to shine that light. I think now it's a moment-to-moment practice. And all I can do is put one foot in front of the other. All I can do is pray for a miracle. Because I think that's what we need. It makes me think of one of my favorite texts, Course in Miracles. Which all boils down to forgiveness, forgiving the world. So I know that's what I need to do with all the people that seem so lost. Let's forgive them. And forgive myself for judging them.